With the third pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks selected the 6'7" Slovenian phenomenon and EuroLeague MVP Luka Doncic. After dominating the EuroLeague as just a young and upcoming 18-year-old, there was a ton of upside and potential for this young prodigy. The Hawks, at the time, were in full rebuild mode, and drafting Luka looked to be the first step in doing that. 2 picks later, the Dallas Mavericks picked up Trae Young, the incredible 6'1" shooter and playmaker out of Oklahoma. However, even before Luka was drafted by Atlanta, a trade was already brewing between them and Dallas. Not long after, it was finalized. The Hawks traded away Luka Doncic to the Mavericks in exchange for Trae Young and a future first-round pick. Once the upcoming season started, Luka hit the ground running with the Mavericks and showcased that his skills from the EuroLeague could translate to the NBA. On the other hand, Trae Young began to struggle on the already tanking Atlanta Hawks. Because of this, many people came out and said it was a massive mistake for Atlanta to have traded Luka away, and that the entire future of their organization for the foreseeable future would suffer due to that critical mistake of a trade. Even though Trae Young got his feet wet and performed better post-All-Star break his rookie year, most people were still sold on the fact that the Atlanta Hawks made just about the worst mistake a team could have made trading Luka Doncic away. And to prove the haters right, Luka won the Rookie of the Year award, receiving 98 votes compared to Trae getting just 2. Everyone at that point was sold that Atlanta had made likely the biggest draft day trade mistake of perhaps the last decade. Fast forward to the next season, and the Mavericks began to gain traction on the record, as this time, with the healthy Kristaps Porzingis, they were on their way to a playoff berth in the Western Conference. Luka's numbers exploded, as he vastly improved and averaged 29 points per game, 9 boards, and almost 9 dimes a night. This was incredible, as only being a second-year NBA player, he was averaging a near triple-double and was also named to his first All-Star appearance. Meanwhile, the Hawks were still struggling concerning their record and simply did not have an answer for their true identity as a team. But while the season went on, Trae Young, being given the keys to their offense, silently and surprisingly began to put up an amazing stat line, including just under 30 points per game, 4 boards, and 9 assists a night. He too was also named to his first All-Star appearance in just his second season, a stunning accomplishment. So, looking at this, did the Atlanta Hawks really make a mistake trading away Luka Doncic? Well, to answer that, we have to look at the future of both players' careers and how much they'll have an impact on both their teams in the future. Looking at Luka, there's no question that the entire Mavericks offense will run through him as long as he is healthy and playing for them. His brilliance of handles, offensive IQ, and passing ability is not matched by many other second-year players in the history of the game. Now that he has another young and talented player alongside him in Kristaps Porzingis, the future is unimaginably bright for Dallas. If they can both improve their chemistry, and if the organization can fill in the rest of the holes, expect to see many future championship runs for the Mavs. Going to Trae Young, doubters will say that his performance this year is simply empty stats on a horrible team, and I honestly think that's a fairly valid point, looking at the context of face value. He wasn't just given the keys to the offense, he was essentially given the driver's seat, and because of this, many will say that his empty stats won't translate to future career and playoff success because he can simply put up points and dimes easily as the first option with no pressure whatsoever. To see if that's true, let's dive into some more numbers and analytics. 3 stat lines I think show the future of players' true overall potential offensively are turnovers per game, offensive plus-minus, and efficiency. Starting with turnovers per game, Trae is at an eye-popping 4.8 a night. That on the surface looks pretty bad, but it's honestly not as horrible as one may think if you look at the context of this season. This could be explained away in part because he's the Hawks' #1 option, and because of the fact that he's still such a young player, especially as a point guard still learning the ins and outs of playing his position well, night in and night out. Even looking at Luka, their turnovers per game is very close, as he averaged a similar 4.2 turnovers a game for perspective, but we should also cut Luka some slack also. But right there proves Trae isn't even far behind Luka concerning that, but time will tell to see if he can truly lead a team. Looking at efficiency, that's another great stat to see what a player's true offensive potential is. This year, Luka averaged a true shooting percentage of 58.4%, which ranked him 50th this season for active players, which is not bad in the slightest. Going off his 4% improvement in the stat from the prior season, he certainly won't have any issues concerning efficiency as his ceiling is still higher. Going to Trae, we see much of the same. His true shooting percentage this year was a great 59.5%, ranking him 37th this year in the league amongst active players, improving from about 54% his rookie year. Going to offensive plus minus, they're right next to each other, as Luka is 6th in the entire league at a plus 3.97, and Trae is 5th in the league at a slightly better 4.22. Seeing that Trae is essentially close to Luka in all three categories, beating him in offensive plus minus for one, but especially that his efficiency is surprisingly good and even better than Luka's, proves to me at least that these aren't just empty stats on a trash team. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what changes when Trae Young plays with another star player by his side, also dealing with the pressure of making and performing well in the playoffs and how it affects his stats. But regardless, when it comes down to it, at least for now, Trae Young, according to the numbers right now, is right up there with Luka offensively. Looking at defense, however, it does not look good for Trae, as he is dead last for defensive plus minus for point guards, ranking 93rd for point guards at a negative 3.12. Luka is at a much better 53rd amongst listed shooting guards at a negative 0.17. Also concerning rebounding, Luka has him beat there, as he's averaging more than double the rebounds per game than Trae is. So, after looking at all these numbers and analytics and how they compare to each other offensively, Trae is right up there with Luka, even better than him in a lot of metrics. Of course, we'll have to see how things change as the Hawks look to better their squad with talented players and how that will affect Trae. Again, concerning defense, Trae can improve over time if he puts in the work to try and negate his so far horrendous defensive prowess. But as for now, with the numbers we do have, did the Hawks make a mistake in trading Luka Doncic away? As far as the numbers are concerned, but also looking at both sides of the floor, yes, they definitely should regret it, especially for the long run if no injuries majorly affect anything. But the takeaway from this video is that you should come to know that the difference between Luka and Trae is not nearly as bad as you may come to believe on the surface, even though Luka does have considerably more potential for playoff success due to him already experiencing that in the EuroLeague. So, will the Hawks forever regret trading away Luka Doncic? Only time will tell, because truly anything can happen, but as of now, it does look like the answer is yes. This has been Deluxe Gamer here. Give me a like if you enjoyed, and peace.